In the narrow streets of Cavite City, where small houses are connected to one another and children play barefoot, a child full of dreams grew up. He grew up in poverty, surrounded by violence and uncertainty in life. From a young age, he knew that life wasn't fair. He felt it every time he walked to school and was bullied because he had little money. He saw it whenever a child stopped going to school because their family couldn't afford a uniform or school supplies. But despite the hardship, he chose a different path. While many young people learn to survive through violence, he chose to show kindness and hope. When he was 16 years old, he joined a youth club in their church. There, he met young people who believed that goodness is stronger than violence. He realized if children are given proper attention, love, and education, they can break free from the cycle of poverty. Together with his friends, they began teaching street children. But there was one problem. Many children were scared of school or simply couldn't attend. Instead of giving up, he asked himself, what if we just bring the school to them? Using an old grocery cart and some pieces of wood, they built their first pushcart classroom. Inside it were books, pencils, a chalkboard, and simple chairs. Every week, they pushed the small classroom through the narrow streets of the slums. The children were excited every time a teacher arrived. They would sit on boxes, on the sidewalk, or even on the ground, learning to read, write, and believe in their dreams. That pushcart classroom became a symbol of hope, proof that four walls are not needed to learn. Little by little, the project grew. More volunteers joined. More children returned to school, stayed away from gangs, and learned to believe in their abilities. For him, the happiest thing was not the praise or recognition, but the spark in a child's eyes whenever they discovered their own potential. In 2009, he became known around the world when he was chosen as CNN Hero of the Year. When his name was called, he remained humble. And on stage, he said, "You are the change that you dream of." His message was not only for the audience, but also for every child who had felt small and forgotten by the world. This is the story of Efren Florida, the founder and leader of the dynamic teen company, which gives Filipino youth an alternative to street life through education, bringing school to unconventional places such as cemeteries and garbage dumps. Today, Efren's dynamic teen company continues to help thousands of Filipino children. That pushcart classroom has inspired similar projects in other parts of the country and even abroad. Efren showed that you don't need wealth or fame to make a difference. Sometimes, all you need is a heart willing to start, even in small ways. Moral of the story, small acts of kindness can create big change. Education has the power to transform lives. You don't need much to make a difference. You just need to begin. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, hit that like button, subscribe for more, and don't forget to share with your friends. See you next time